Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Um, reason why I'm not out for my walk this morning is because it's pouring. Yeah, pouring down rain. Started last night, or yeah, last evening, whatever. Um, and it was kind of weird too, because I don't know, for whatever reason, I felt that I needed to go up on the computer, and then I was kind of guided towards this one weather app that's installed on there. And when I did, I seen this on the map, the weather map, basically the radar. There was this little bit, because it was showing the whole country, but up where we're at, it was showing this little spot of or the storm cell. I was just like, is that where we're at? So I zoomed in on it and everything, and I'm like, sure enough, it was heading right for us. It was in the middle of the state at that point, and I'm like, okay, all right, then, yeah, this was at about 5:30 or something like that, 5 o'clock, and or maybe just before it or something. No, it was just before it. That's right, because I took my lunch at 5. So, yeah, and I could see that definitely by 7 o'clock, with the progression, because it gave the times for the progression, that by 7 o'clock it was be right over us. And sure enough, there it was. And it started thundering. I'm assuming probably some lightning and everything. I really couldn't see it, but yeah, it started raining, and it wasn't raining when I got off from work, but waking up this morning, it was kind of drizzling a little bit, and now it's coming down really good. So don't mind it in the least, because it helps push out clear out all that smoke that we've been dealing with. So yeah, don't mind it in the least, and definitely breathing a lot better. I just got done doing my morning meditation and my yoga, so um, I figure with the walk, I can knock that out when I'm at work. So it'll happen either way. I'll get those heart points going, and get those steps logged in and everything. So, but yeah, slowly but surely, I'm getting my phone number out to people, and even people that I didn't think about or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, never mind, forgot or whatever. So, but no, um, I'm just telling them, if you want to keep up, or keep in contact or whatever, it's fine. It's no big deal if you don't want to. I'm just handing it out to people that um, I like. Who knows? Might sprout up a good friendship and everything. So I should get the business cards done up as well. Oh, I need to get that logo done that I want to do. So I will. All in good time. I'm in no rush. So, but anyway, yeah. Saying my goodbyes. I realized last night there's one person. I thought that we were working together. It's one of my counterparts there in my department. I thought her and I were working together again later on in the week, but no, last night was it. It was like, wow, I've kind of been training her a little bit here and there with some things. So, and I know that she is going to be planning on moving and transferring. She wants to stay with the company, but she's going to transfer to another location and moving. So I'm like, yeah, let me know how it goes. So it's like, all right. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I can go visit her at some point or something. That'd be fun. So, but yeah. Um, so of course, this little one here has been enjoying having her mommy home this morning. She's helped me do my yoga, doing a little bit of yoga with mommy. At one point, she wound up underfoot. Yeah. And I wound up stepping on her tail. I didn't know it. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, you okay? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. She's such a widow stinker girl. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, she is. She's a widow stinker girl. Hmm? Yeah. She's becoming a little Miss Sassy Button in her old age. That's okay. We'll let you. So, but anyway, as far as the one guy at work that I guess you could say I had a little bit of a crush on him. The one with the sexy ass. Yeah, he left. I guess apparently he was in school and he was able to secure employment with his new career. So thumbs up to him. I'm very happy for him, and I hope that he is very successful in his endeavor. I was kind of in hopes that maybe I might be able to hook him up with this other girl that I think they make a cute couple, but maybe they are supposed to be together and maybe it's just not the right timing or something. I don't know, but that's all right. I hope I'm happy for anybody who is pursuing their goals, you know. Whether that's the thing, and I saw a really good post the other day. It's like, you know, it was basically saying hats off to anyone who pursues their goals, even if it doesn't work out. At least you had the courage to go after it, because that courage can will basically come in handy for you to go after something even better. So that's the way that I look at it, and that's kind of the advice that I'm trying to give to people right now, you know, especially young people. I was talking to somebody last night. We kind of become, well, I guess you could say associates or whatever. We both work different departments. And he's just, yeah, him and his wife, he was telling me that, you know, they want to be able to do things or whatever, but right now, you know, having to be paying off her student loans and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Live right now. Yeah, it's okay to be doing that. It's okay to have the nest egg, so on and so forth. But live now. Live now. Be in the present moment at all times. You know, and I told him, you know, about the fact that, you know, the issues that I had last year, that I faced death a couple times and so forth. And yeah, it's very beautiful on the other side and so forth, but and I realized that it wasn't my time. I knew it at the time it wasn't, and everything. I know the reason why I'm here still and everything, but you know, live now. Don't worry about all that other crap, the credit cards and all that shit. Live now. So yeah, what are you doing? Mommy. Yeah. Live now. That's why I'm getting my little girl. She's like, Mommy. What? Mommy. She's got that look. Oh, she's got the devil in her. That look. Then there's nothing wrong with them twofers, that's for sure. Nothing wrong with them twofers. Ooh, she's mad. I'm gonna get you. She's like, oh, you're not. Yes, I am. I know. We love picking on each other. She picks on me too. Don't let her fool you. She picks on me too. There are some days where she just will chum. And next thing you know it, here she is, right here, on top of my chest. Mommy. Uh-huh. Yep. I know. She loves her mommy. And I love her. So, but anyway, that's kind of everything that's going on. Tomorrow I have doctor's appointment. I have the day off tomorrow. But this is just establishing a primary. I'm not too sure if, yeah, I'm not too sure so far. We'll see. Yeah, I had my apprehensions about the endocrinologist too. I'll admit it. But this one, well, they had sent me these questionnaires when I had the appointment with the other guy that was 30 minutes away, and didn't know it. You know, if you could remember that video. Anyway, beforehand, I wasn't sent any of these questionnaires, but this guy did. It was okay. The one, well, let me start with the others first. There was these two, I don't remember what their titles were. They were real quick questionnaires, but they focused around mental health. Okay? And I'm just like, what are you, a freaking drug pusher? You know? One of those? And it's like, no. Mm-mm. So I've got my little skepticism, apprehension about that. Then there's, I don't remember if there was another one or not, but anyway, the last one where I was just like, okay, I'm done, was asking about family history. Understandable. I totally agree, totally understand, and everything. Asking, do you have family history of this or that or whatever, and to indicate which family member it is, whether it's a sibling or a parent, grandparent, something like that. The part that I had issues with was asking the people's names. You don't need to know who they are. I'm sorry. Well, they might be in our system where it's a good idea to have... No. For all you know, they're dead. And in the case of one, she is. But you don't need to know her name. They might be in the system, with their... No. No. Mm-mm. So, there's no reason you need to know any of that. So, and that's... As far as I'm, yeah, I know part of it is me protecting the privacy of my family members, even though I've been at odds with most of my family most of my life. No fault of my own, but anyway, drama. I'm just like, no. And of course, I'm going to protect my mother's privacy. You don't need to know her name. You don't need to know any of that. You just need to know that she had a stroke, that she had cancer, that she had a heart condition, she had diabetes. Okay? You don't need to know her name. Mm-mm. But the thing that really bothered me too is that and unfortunately, the questionnaire wouldn't let me move on until I filled in that information. I'm like, no, not happening. So I don't know if maybe that questionnaire also was asking questions about my own personal health or not, because there wasn't another questionnaire asking those questions. So it's like, okay, you're going to be harping on all this other stuff, but yet not asking about my own personal health. So I'm going to assume it was probably part of that questionnaire, but since I refused to answer those questions, I don't know. So I'll find out tomorrow. It just kind of makes me wonder. The reason why I have apprehension about it is control freak. And I am not down with that when it comes to my own personal health. It's like, nope, 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 no, no, not happening. So we'll see. That'd be a good idea at work today to look up who my doctor is and see if I can do a little bit of internet research. So yeah, that would be a good idea. Find out. Yeah, right. So, but anyway, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. So we'll see tomorrow too if I'm going to be able to go for my walk or not. But I figure today, with still being at work, I can always see about. What are you staring at? Are you staring at my hand? Yep. Mommy. Told you. Yeah, I know. So we'll find out. Yeah, right. Yeah. But anyway, otherwise, it's dead. Oh, had this lady first thing come in to work yesterday. I was only about 30 minutes in, and my counterpart, basically the person who trained me, she went on a quick 15, and she also wanted to say goodbye to somebody who's leaving today. And I was in hopes she would show up in a big hurry just for backup, because this woman, whew, yeah, one of those customers. And at one point, when, my trainer, basically, that's what I'll refer to her as, when she did show up, she basically was starting in the same mess with her. And it's like, yeah, you don't want to do it. I mean, she's got 5 years of experience. Well, she was also trying to claim that I had told her that, because she was in for blinds, and when it comes to the blinds, you can't make an appointment right there. They call you to make the appointment, and I forgot about that. And I told her, okay, it takes 24 to 72 hours for them to get back with you. She was trying to say that I had said 24 to 48 hours, and it was like, no, because I read it right off the screen. It's 24 to 72 hours. And so, yeah, that was, and then she was just very high strung. One of those people who's very high strung, and she was chewing gum, but she wasn't just chewing it, she was smacking it, and she was just, I don't know how to say it, but she was one of those white entitled women. That's the best way to put it. So, yeah. And of course older, a little bit older than the two of us, and with everything combined, she was just, and what was sad is that she was at another store, but then she decided to come over to our store because it was closer. It's like, what's the point? What difference does it make? Whatever. But yeah, she had, what was it that, there was something that she had said, and my counterpart, she was just like, which store had told you that or whatever, and I just looked at her with this look, and I just took my hand, and I'm just like this. I wanted to, basically grab her, like, shut up, let her go. She's gonna leave. Let her go, But and she caught it, fortunately, but the other lady did too, and she was just like, well, I'm just gonna, oh, that's what it was. She was, well, first she wanted us to do the install, and I'm like, no, they won't do an install without a measure. Well, that's just ridiculous. I have my measurements. And it's like, okay, well, she said, okay, well, fine, let's go ahead and sign up for the measure. Well, there's a sale going on right now, and she's like, well, if I sign up for the measure and pay for it, will I still be able to take advantage of the sale? And I'm like, it doesn't say, I don't think so, and everything. And that's when my counterpart showed up. I'm just like, please show up, because I already know the answer, and she's not going to accept it. And at least with two of us there, right. But of course, she's just like, well, the other place said that I would be able to, and then she was also harping on, um, she was wondering about the shears, if that was included, and I'm like, I don't think so, because it says right here that draperies are not. Well, blinds are draperies, and oh, yeah, she was trying something, so in that way she could get discounts right and left. That's what I mean. She was a white entitled woman, so yeah. It's like, and of course I'm white, so hey, fuck off. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, it's like don't pull that shit with me. But with two of us right there and everything, and my counterpart, she was just like, what? She was. I'm like, yeah, she was high strung. She's like, yeah, she was high on something. Like, right, entitlement. I mean, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if she may be doing something or whatever, but no, I think it's just more that her personality where I am just that. Well, you know what? Fuck you. You put your pants on the same way I do, and guess what? Your shit stinks just as much as mine does. Fuck you off. But it's like, you know what? That's right. She was like, well, when I was we basically were both telling her at this point that they won't do an install without doing a measure first. And she's just like, well, I'll just go over to Menards because I know that Menards will do it. I'm like, yeah, right. I've never been in Menards. I don't know anything about them or anything. All I know is that they're a hardware store like us. But I'm sure that they probably have the same policy. If not, then they should. But I seriously doubt it from what I've heard from the owner. So, yeah. But, so it's like, go. Have fun. Bye. Or go over to the other one of our stores, or you claim that you were told such and such. So let them deal with you and all the headaches that it's going to be coming with it. Basically, your money isn't worth it. And later on, one of my customers that I had been working with about a month ago, something like that, real nice son and mother, and I had kind of wondered what happened because I know that they had checked out one of our sample books, brought it back, and with looking in the system, I had noticed that they didn't do the purchase. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, all right, well, come to find out, I guess apparently they had tried to do it twice. And for some reason, it didn't go through the system. But I think it worked out in their favor in the long run because they got in on the best sale out of all three. So, yeah, because I know that first one, I mean, we're talking a huge picture window. It's like 72 inches wide, right? And they've paid for the measure and install also, or at least the measure at that point, to make sure everything's accurate. He's like, I don't feel comfortable with it. And his mom was like, yeah, go ahead, and everything. He felt okay, of course, with smaller windows, but something like this, I don't blame him, All it takes is one screw up. Let them deal with it, So they went ahead and paid for the measure, and they wanted to pay for the install also, but of course you can't do that until checkout. And it's like, okay, well, basically when you do the actual purchase of the item or items, whatever the case may be. So, but I thought it was kind of strange at that point that it wasn't paid for. Because I know they really wanted to get in on that sale. And then I'm like, okay, what? But it wasn't in the queue, so I'm like, well, I don't know. I just felt weird. Just leave it alone. Well, I'm glad I did. Because, like I said, I mean, with the first sale, even with the discount, they were looking at about $1,000 for that. Second one wouldn't have been as good because I think it was only 30% off. But then this last one, and we were able to get some other questions answered too in the process. That this one right now that's going on is 50% off. So yeah, they got it for a much, much better deal. And and then of course they still had to pay for the install. So yeah, all in all, it wound up being about $750. Huge savings there. So that's good. And they're getting what they want. And I'm so happy I pushed for them. I'm like, you really should take the book home. I just felt that. I mean, she was really in love with the display, with the material that they used and so forth, with the colors and the pattern and everything. But I'm like, take the book home. It's going to look different in your home with the natural lighting and so forth, and you might decide on something else. Because with what she was describing, with her decor and so forth, yeah, it matched her decor and everything, but I'm like, I have a feeling you're probably gonna maybe want something to help offset it a little bit. And sure enough, that's what they wound up doing. It still has like, because it has like a lot of beiges or whatever. And what she picked out is beautiful. I thought, and I'm not one for blinds and so forth. And this is basically a roller shade. And it's motorized and everything because she doesn't, she's disabled, doesn't get around very well. I'm like, but what they wound up going with, the predominant color is a little bit darker. Is actually a dark, it's kind of like a bluish gray sort of color or whatever, but it has the beige running through it. And she does have that same bluish gray color sporadic throughout. So throughout the decor in that room or other parts of the house or something. But anyway, yeah, they decided it was just a little bit too much of the beige color and everything, even though it's very beautiful. But needed something to help offset it a little bit. And I think they went with a good choice, even though I'm not one for dark colors all that much. I think that in that circumstance, I think they did a very good choice. So yeah. But I was happy to see him. I was just like, when I saw him, when I came back from my lunch, I'm like, he looks familiar. I'm like, I wonder if it's that same guy. And sure enough, it was. So it's like, yeah, just he didn't have his mom with him, and it's like, and he was really tired too. And I was like, aren't you the guy? And he's just like, yeah. He was real tired. So, but yeah. And then of course he still had to drive home in the storm. Poor guy. But that's okay. At least they got it ordered. It is in the system this time. And yeah. And they got all the paperwork and everything. So they should be set ready to go. But, you know, it's situations like that I'll admit that I'm going to miss and everything. But, you know, I also know that I can't stick around either. So it's time for me to move on to take care of myself, you know. And I was getting that, I think it was yesterday. I actually checked in with my two readers. One that I've gotten private readings from, the other one she just does generalized readings. And yeah, I was getting that, you know, it's time, and some other things that popped up here recently. It's time for you to take care of yourself. So, yeah, that's something I'm having to realize. There was actually one that I think I posted it up on my stories. I don't know if I did. It's of course not up there anymore. But it was saying, you know, it was really, really funny. Maybe I'll find it again and repost it. But yeah, basically it was saying something along the lines of, you know, you have to. You know, it's okay to take care of people, but you also have to take care of yourself. But in the end, it said you don't have to set yourself on fire to help keep somebody warm. And there's this very beautiful picture behind and everything, and then you had that, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I thought that was funny. So, But yeah, it drives the point home, basically. So, but yeah, at least on Friday, the main person um, who I want to say goodbye to will be working. So, and I'll be by myself Friday night. Oh, that's what else I was going to mention. I did somehow along the way over the last couple of weeks, I accrued 2 hours of sick leave. So I'm thinking those two nights, for Thursday and Friday, when I'm supposed to be working until 11 o'clock, I'm going to see about doing early outs those two nights. I got to double check. I believe Friday night is the one manager who really doesn't give a shit. It's like, yeah, go for it, you know. I think he's from Cali, so it's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense why he has kind of that attitude. But I don't know where at in Cali, but that's what I've heard anyway. It wound up here. But I'm assuming that he is probably something to do with his wife. Um, but but anyway, yeah. Um, so yeah, I'll double check with the schedule. I don't remember who's closing on Thursday night, but that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. Just use up that sick leave. Might as well. It's mine to use, and as long as I stay until closing at least, then just go ahead and take that time, use it, and get out at a decent hour instead of. I don't know why I would need to stay until 11 o'clock. I don't understand it to begin with that department. Why I have to stay until those times, until 11 o'clock. It makes no sense because it means after 10 o'clock everything is receiving, and the stockers and so forth. So, I guess they want us there, to help out just in case or whatever. But for as slow as what it's been, it's like, yeah, it don't matter. I mean, basically, they're knocking that shit out even before the store closes. So, heck, if anything, like last night, I found that they were even bored. So, but anywho, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'll do. And then Saturday, I'm basically, and yeah, I found out with the schedule that Saturday night they've got nobody covering as far as I know, unless they're asking one of my other counterparts to come in a little bit later and then cover that time or something. But according to the schedule, they've got no coverage Saturday night, and they knew ahead of time, well in advance. So it's like, it's on them. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, Saturday, if they ask me, oh, can you until, maybe, because I know I'm off Sunday, but or would have been off Sunday. But if they ask me, I'd be like, sorry, I'm already taken, because I'm going to be watching their son with Meg's graduation. So keeping an eye on him, because Angie was still kind of insistent about possibly taking him with. She's like, well, if we're going to get him acclimated, to social settings, I'm like, this is not the time and place for that. The next day with the church function, that's a time and place, not this. This isn't it. She's just like, okay. And I'm like, no, let me do this, okay? And the reason why, I don't know if I mentioned this in one of my other videos, the reason why is because I basically had it happen to me. It wasn't graduation, but it was my senior year in college when I was working on my first degree. I had won my department's highest award. And unfortunately, the first week of my senior year, my mom and I wound up getting rear-ended in a car accident, and we were both pretty badly injured. And we were both in a serious, serious pain. And then it was a little ways in. I pretty much was dealing with, we both were dealing with the injuries pretty much throughout that semester. And as things went along, I found out that I won that award. And we always had fall convocation. I think it was October or sometime, maybe late September or something like that. I don't remember, but it was still kind of in the wake of that accident. And anyway, we all go to on campus, and we both show up where it's happening at, and so forth. And I don't remember, and I knew where my mom or where my parents were going to be sitting. And there was basically this part that was sectioned off with these chairs. And so my mom and my parents were sitting there. And I had to go someplace or whatever. And then when I came back out, they were gone. And I'm like, what happened? Of course, this is before cell phones and so forth, before they were inexpensive, unlimited, all that sort of stuff. And it was just like, where'd they go? And couldn't go call, use a payphone to call or anything. And so I got the award and so forth, and I was like, what happened, Well, then my dad, he picked me up afterwards, and he told me what happened. Basically, she was very uncomfortable. They were sitting there, and unfortunately, they were told by the ROTC that they had to leave, that those seats were for the alumni. And, they're trying to explain and so forth, and basically they were ordered out. And my dad had even offered to sit in the bleachers and just let my wife sit here. Our daughter is receiving this important award and everything. No, too bad, you have to leave. And I was livid. I was fucking pissed. So what I did is I sat down and I wrote a nice scathing letter to the president of the university and let her know what happened, as I knew that she would be fucking pissed also, because she loved that school and she cared about us very, very deeply, and she was not happy when she got that letter. And I was contacted, and I was put in touch with the particular branch of the ROTC, explained to them what happened. Of course, I don't know whatever happened after that or anything, but at least there was some action, and the letter wasn't just taken and thrown into the inbox and forgotten about, one of those situations. I was contacted within a couple of days afterwards. So it's like, okay, like I said, I don't know what happened or anything, but yeah, I was pretty livid. And it was upsetting. And it's like, no, this, as far as her graduation is concerned, this is the most important event in her life up until this point, aside from prom, That was the last one. This is the most important one. And both of her parents need to be there. I mean, there's been other things too that that happened in connection with graduation, where unfortunately it was kind of basically mom went to both of them, and the one dad should have been there because it was associated with their Native American heritage, and he should have been there, and mom went, and that kind of pissed me off that he wasn't there, and it's like he should have been there, and I think, and I didn't know anything about it, and I think I was home that night, and I could have taken care of, I could have watched Sean if both of them wanted to be there, but no. This I put my foot down on. I'm like, no, you both need to be there. Well, and it's like, yeah, what happens if something happens? If he can't handle, well, I'll just take him outside. Yeah, and then you're missing. And what happens if you miss something important? no, you need to be there. Okay. It's like, no, you need to be there. So that's my reasoning behind it. I put my foot down on it. It's like, no. And it's like, we all already know he's not going to be able to handle it. And it's like, it's okay, even if you leave me keys to the car and I go over to get them, you're going to be you're still going to be having to be standing outside waiting for me to show up to, take him home, and you're missing things still yet. It's like, no, it's not that important for him to be there, to be socialized. Socialize him. Well, he went to a wedding. Well, that's different. That's a small setting. This is a big setting. You have to take it in increments. Take him to there's going to be an open house the next day. I think it's church related or something like that. Take him to that. That's something like that. Not that. Mm-mm. It's like, okay, no. Rick and I both put our foot down on that one. It's like, no. But, of course, I had to remind him. I'm like, have you talked to her about that? And he's like, oh, yeah, no. And he just blurts it out. Oh, Val's going to watch Sean on Saturday. Why? Oh, God. Oh, she volunteered. Oh, well, at least it's taken care of. And, yeah, so, anywho, I should probably get moving. It is almost 8:30, and I gotta get ready for work, so it's gonna be a nice rainy day today. Love it. I can breathe again. Yeah, actually, I was talking to my coworker last night, and her and her mom were having the same complaints about the headaches on Sunday, and also gas smell. Rick had made that comment when we came out of Walmart the other day. I was wearing my mask, so I wasn't smelling it, but I remember when we were walking out of Walmart, he just went, "Phew, gas smell." Like, okay, and I didn't take my mask off. I just left it on because I didn't want to take the chance. But I did take it off once we were in the car. I didn't really smell anything, which is weird. But my coworker, she was saying the same thing, that her and her mom were having the same complaints about the smell, and it was like a propane or gas smell or something, and also headaches, huge, monstrous headaches all day on Sunday, and burning eyes, and yeah, I mean, it was just horrible on Sunday. So, but at least it's a lot better. And this rain will help to push a lot of things, a lot of it out, and hopefully maybe they're getting some rain up there to help with putting out the fire too. So we'll see what happens when the rain stops. So, anywho, I should get going. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Love you.